What's up, peeps? So today's Q&A Tuesday. You guys ask questions, and I have the answers. I have questions like, how hung is Bigfoot? If you want to know the answer to that, well, stay tuned. Alright, so without further ado, I'm gonna go. I have my questions pulled up here on Twitter. So we'll start off with question number one. Question number one comes from Paul Nathan Full. Do you think Bigfoot exists? And if so, do you think he is hung? Well, do I think Bigfoot exists? Well, I believe in ghosts. I believe in the boogeyman. Because trust me, you walk out on the streets of Seattle, the boogeyman exists everywhere. So do I think Bigfoot exists? Absolutely. Now it comes to the question, do you think he is hung? Well, let's all just shut our eyes for a second. Imagine a very tall individual. Okay? Now let's imagine this individual having great muscle and having a lot of size to him. Open up. Of course I think he's hung. He is Bigfoot. Big feet means big. And that's all I gotta say about that. Next question comes from DeathStar123Kill. Feel free to check him out at youtube.com/DeathStar123. His question is, since you work for Amazon, can you send me a free PlayStation Vita? This is the thing, guys. Amazon is an amazingly great company. They have a lot of cheap stuff that is very valuable. Okay, this is the downfall of it all. Just because I work at Amazon, unfortunately, I don't get even I don't get nothing for free. So, and this is the thing with my discount, I get 10% off up to $100 and then I don't get anything else. So if I spend $1,000 a year, I'll get $100 off the $1,000, but after that $1,000, I don't even get anything. So, Death Star, I wish I could send you that PlayStation Vita. One day, I will promise this to you. If I make it big as a YouTuber, not only will you get that PlayStation Vita, but you guys are watching, I will do everything in my power to get you something that you've always wanted. For right now, I'm just limited to the Tilley vlog shirts, which can be viewed if you press that little circle thingy right up there. You can take a look at the Tilley vlog shirts. But buddy, one day, you're going to get your PlayStation Vita. If you could change one thing, or let me rephrase. If you could have the chance to change the Constitution, what will it be? But it cannot be an amendment that you change. Well, this is great. So the Constitution, if you all know, is made up of many amendments. Everything from the religion, or freedom of religion, freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. So the Constitution was based off of our forefathers. It was meant to be that government was not to run the people, but the people to run the government. And I think that if I could change one thing to the Constitution, it would be not a change to anything, but it would just be at the very bottom. Because at the top you have we the people. And once you get through it, you forget that it's we the people that created this. And so at the bottom, I would say, by the people. For the people. Because it's you and me and our forefathers who have held that Constitution up to the best of our abilities. And for anybody or any government to come in there and change it, I cannot change it. We can change it, but I cannot change it. Nor can you by yourself. So I wouldn't change anything to the Constitution except add to the very bottom, by the people, for the people. Next question comes from DanManX at DanManX3. Do you like Dragon Ball Z? I've never been into Dragon Ball Z, but if I go back to Kansas, my nephew's favorite video game is Dragon Ball Z, and I have to sit and watch him play. That's okay because I enjoy playing Dragon Ball Z. I don't own anything Dragon Ball Z, which I never even think about it. Like, it's one of those things where if I go into a store, I'm not thinking Dragon Ball Z. But if I'm given something that's Dragon Ball Z, by gosh, you better believe that I'm going to be playing it. He also asks, am I a video game fan? Absolutely. Like, I had the Xbox 360. Like, I'm a loyal Sony fan, but I bounce back and forth. I bought every single Sony. I have the Sony PS3 and the Sony PS4. So, like, if they came out with the Sony PS5, this old boy's waiting in line at launch date to get it. That's how, diehard I am with Sony. And then Dan Man asks, what is your favorite video game? And my favorite video game just launched. If you actually click on that little circle up there, you'll see where I did the unboxing of this right here. WWE 2K16. Like, this game, if you're a wrestling fan, like, this game, like, there's some improvements. I don't even know what all the unlockables are, but there's the thing that I think games are missing is the options to, like, I wish you could create matches, like Inferno matches, casket matches. They just, like, it's those specialty matches that I really miss. I want to play buried alive matches. Wouldn't that be so much fun if you could bury one of your opponents? Like, I don't know if I don't think it's in here, but if it was. But the thing that this does have is it has like 120 wrestlers. Like, that's almost unheard of. I think that they claim that this has the most wrestlers than any video game in history. I don't know if that's like 100% true. I thought I heard that. So if you know for a fact if this has the most wrestlers than any video game in history, leave the comments below. But this is definitely one of the funnest, if not the funnest, wrestling game I've ever played. I'm a loyal, diehard wrestling fan. So, video game fan. Like, every now and then, like, I'll record on my DVR and watch it. But it's one of those things where, like, I should be watching it, but I forget to watch it. Now, also, like, Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, and he doesn't wrestle that much anymore. He made those special guest appearances, but, like, the corporate ministry era, that was it. That was my favorite. That was by far the best time in wrestling, in my opinion. The next question, or next statement, comes from Michael Heaton at Heaton405. And he goes and he says, I just want to let you know, you're about as funny as Michael from the Angry Grandpa Show. Once you can appeal that to many people, you're going to grow your channels tremendously. You know what? I guess in life, you have to be like somebody, or they have to, like, vision you as somebody that's made it big, or somebody that's growing. And it means a lot to me that I'm compared, to somebody who has a lot of subscribers. Like, Michael Green, I watch the Angry Grandpa Show all the time. It is extremely funny. Now, my dad disowned me, so he's probably even worse than Michael's dad, but he disowned me. So I watched the Angry Grandpa Show because even though there's a feud there, it also reminds me of me and my dad. My dad disowned me, and Angry Grandpa, he makes me think of my dad in a good way. I can relate to him, and it's a great guy. So for you to compare me to Michael Green or the Angry Grandpa Show means a lot to me. However, in life, I prefer to create my own path. So there might be times where, like, a path may cross where, you have to, like, be like somebody to get somewhere. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to create my own content. But it means a lot that, you envision me to be at the same type of status as the Angry Grandpa Show. So I'm not there yet. I'm not saying I am. It's, I'm 2 months in. So, buddy, I appreciate it very much. And for you guys, it's all about you guys. The next question comes from PDD. Which games do you play at the casino, and which ones do you avoid and why? So the games, I do not play slots at the casino. I on my phone I have the slot machines. It's kind of like, so if you can see, just right here, I have a whole bunch of slot machines. I do play on the slot machines on my phone, but I feel like the slot machines are not they're not beneficial. They're computerized, and because of that, I feel like the computer is determining if you win or not, and I like to have a little bit more control. So the games that I play at the casino are blackjack is number one. I love blackjack. I've made a lot of money from blackjack, but then I probably, over the course of my life, I probably lost more. I lose a lot of money. But when you're winning, it's extremely fun. My second favorite game is Texas Hold'em. Whenever I was in Kansas, I did that a lot. I do play poker here in Seattle. It's just the thing is they only have so many tables, and you have to put your name on a list, and usually it just takes forever. So I'm just like, screw this. There's always usually a seat at the blackjack table, so that's why I play blackjack mostly. Which ones do I avoid and why? Let's see. I avoid 3-card poker, only because I've lost almost every single time. Like, I can get a good 3-card poker hand, but it's never any good. I think it has to be with the betting. Like, if I don't feel comfortable going into a game where I'm not sure how the betting goes, then I just won't play at all. But what games do I avoid? Like the slots. Like, I avoid the slots only because it's computerized. I want to have more control over my games. So I want to give a shout out to Doom Vlogs. You can see right here, ask me for a shout out. I promised him a shout out, Doom Vlogs. Take a look at him. All right, and the last question comes from Mackenzie Sanders. And she says, if you ever dated someone, do you want him/her back? So I guess what you're saying is, if I dumped somebody, or if somebody dumped me, would I be willing to take them back? This is the thing, guys, is I guess it depends on where you're at in your life. Like, my very first ex, it was chaotic. I mean, I have a scar on my back where I was stabbed, and there was times where he, like, had long fingernails and he would just slit my face. But we were young, we were immature, and do I ever think that it would work again? No. But would I be willing to give it a try? Yes. If I would date somebody today, and then a year down the line, we broke up, we're at the point of our life where we have matured, and I probably wouldn't take them back. But if I was 18, 19, 20, maybe even 21, I was young, innocent, and I would probably be willing to give them a second chance later in life because we've had time to mature. So that's just how it is. Like, you're going to do some dumb stuff whenever you're 18, 19, 20, 21, and you're probably, like, I've been cheated on every single time I've ever been with somebody, and I've only been cheated on whenever I was during those ages. Like, I haven't dated anybody since I was like 23, and I'm 29 right now. But I mean, if you're out there, my soulmate, I'm over here waiting, and I'm in Seattle. But yeah, so these questions are super amazing. I want to thank you guys for giving me these questions. I do this every single Tuesday. If you want to ask me questions, leave them down below. I'm going to answer them next Tuesday. These questions are perfect. Ask me more. It could be anything you want, all the way from what games do you play, what do you do at your free time, the little dirtier questions. I want you guys to know me, because one of these days, I'm going to be asking you guys questions, if you know what I mean. But anyways, that's going to be it for today, you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with others, and that's it.